So we did actually end up taking a beautiful trade today for $611.20, I believe. This was the trade here. Took the breaker and the long down here for full TP of 611 and 20. Let's go back down to why I took this trade. Now, obviously on open, we were extremely bearish, in my opinion. You don't just get these types of staircases up and then continue higher. Typically, in my opinion, when you get staircases like this in a wear off like this on the 1 hour time frame, you're going to dump here soon. Now, within this area, we had a 1 hour fair value gap right here. We had a 1 hour inversion. This is what I was waiting for this morning to come back into it and tag into it. But I actually ended up taking a different trade, but couldn't find an entry this morning, which kind of was a little bit annoying. So off of this 1 hour inversion, you automatically have respecting areas off of this already on open. And up here, before open, you have a 5 minute inversion right here that we reacted off of, rejected once, and then right on open, we came into it again, and then came into it again. This all three times were during the open time, and usually I'm kind of aiming for the high imbalance on London highs and Asia highs, and this was kind of it. There was a fair value gap right here, and as you can see, we tagged into it already, so I was already automatically looking for the next one. And this was a 5 minute kind of breaker, but it was an inversion for me. I used this as into the downside. This would have been a great trade, so my target would have been London lows, and London lows are around this area. Would have been a beautiful, roughly almost 100 point trade actually. So from here, my stops would have probably been, I don't know, somewhere up here. But usually in these situations, you want to have your stops up here because if it closes above the imbalance, you're usually out. So the trade I did end up taking actually is I let the market dump because I wasn't able to get in here. I didn't have a nice retracement. But I let the market dump and come down to here. We have a 4 hour inversion, and it's a huge 4 hour inversion actually. But sometimes you just tap into it just like this. We swept liquidity on the entire 1 minute time frame. All I think all lying liquidity actually on these this time frame here. So you come down to this area of the 1 minute time frame, scroll back. You do have this last lying liquidity here, and then you do have liquidity back here. Now this was taken to the tick, and we actually did end up taking an entry off of this. My model ended up forming off of the higher time frame imbalance. We have a 1 minute inversion here. So you go off of the 1 minute inversion after tagging into it. Okay, awesome. And then we typically ran for a few minutes. This actually took me an hour and a half in this trade, which was the most annoying thing in the world. So I was in a long position. Original TP was here. My stops would have been around this area here if we would have went below this low. So it was about a 1 to 10, 1 to 8, whatever. I don't really focus on that. But what happened was we had a breaker, a 1 minute inversion, beautiful play, ran up, failed to go higher. I stayed in the entire time, stayed in, and then added more size after I got break even here. I added more size into this area here. So technically my entry was around this area here. And then we hit full TP up at this first imbalance here. So this was my entry here, this 1 minute, or the TP would have been this 1 minute inversion. I was waiting a little bit. We had a whole bunch of wear offs. This was very annoying to sit in. So roughly the trade took around like, I don't know, an hour. So you go to from here to this time frame, it's like a whole hour. It took about an hour. Very, very annoying price action this morning. This was horrible. This was horrible. The 5 minute and the 15 minute was just absolutely ugly. Like this is awful. This is awful. But we managed to pick up an A plus setup out of both of these. I mean, they were. I mean, I could probably give it an A or an A plus for me. But beautiful setup, beautiful day. Made around $2,600 on all the accounts combined. Gonna have them activated probably by tomorrow or the next day. So, yep, that's trade recap for September 9th.